Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Dan Kennedy is live in Knoxville, where the eyes of the world were on the president in Knoxville for a time.
Dan, tell us more about what the president said about the Paris situation that's captured international headlines and about why he chose to come to the volunteer state.
Yeah, Greg and Cindy, you guys were talking about all the events that unfolded in Paris over the past few days. Sheer terror across the sea in France, and the president addressed that this afternoon. In fact, while he was on Air Force One on his way to the volunteer state, a lot of that was unfolding. It was something he couldn't ignore at Pellissippi State Community College, and it's what he began his speech with.
Before I get into the reason that I'm here today, I want to begin by saying just a few words about the tragic events that we've watched unfold in France over the last several hours and days. And because events have been fast-moving this morning, I want to make sure to comment on them. I just spoke to my counterterrorism advisor. We have been in close touch with the French government throughout this tragedy. The moment that the outrageous attack took place, we directed all of our law enforcement and counterintelligence operations to provide whatever support that our ally needs in confronting this challenge. We're hopeful that the immediate threat is now resolved.
And that's how the president began his speech at Pellissippi State Community College in Knoxville this afternoon. But he was really here to talk about education. In fact, he was talking about a new program in which he will propose to Congress in a couple weeks that's very similar to Tennessee Promise. Essentially, it's going to give 2 free years of community college to any student in the country who wants it if states choose to participate. It's called America's College Promise, taking a page from Tennessee's book. And we learned today that 30% of Americans have less education than their parents, while 20% have more. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam says that needs changing. Now, I want to show you some numbers from Tennessee specifically. The goal with the Tennessee Promise was to get college graduation rates of 55% by 2025. In Tennessee, 24% of people have a bachelor's degree or higher. It's normally 29%. Obama says Tennessee is at the forefront of some great stuff.
Over the past few years, Tennessee students have improved their reading scores and math scores more than any other state in the country. That's a credit to their hard work, their teachers' hard work, Governor Haslam's hard work, leaders from both parties. It's been a bipartisan effort.
Yeah, you hear the president talking about a bipartisan effort. Now it goes to Congress, and we'll have to see what happens there. A lot of people asking about funding. We're told it's going to cost about $60 billion over the course of 10 years. The federal government will pay for that, paying for 75% chunk of this program. States will have to pick up the rest. Now, we are here at the airport waiting the president's arrival. He also made a second stop to talk manufacturing jobs at Techmer PM a little later in Clinton, right after Pellissippi. But Air Force One is behind us, and I'm joined now by Michelle Herron, my colleague. Michelle, you were out here at noon today for the arrival of Air Force One, and we're expecting the president any moment.
That's right. We're just moments away. I've been kind of checking around. You see all the Secret Service people all around in their spots. There's been helicopters flying around, so we are just moments away. He's running about an hour behind schedule, so actually works well for us because you guys might be able to see this live as he waves goodbye and goes up the steps. Now, one interesting thing here is that 3 Republicans joined President Obama on Air Force One in his arrival when he came from Washington. They will join him again. They are from Tennessee. You have Representative John Duncan. His district is here in the Knoxville area. 2 others that have Chattanooga ties, Senators Lamar Alexander as well as Bob Corker. So this really, I spoke with a lot of people earlier today, and they say that they think that this shows both parties working together for a common cause, not fighting. They're actually reaching over both of the aisles to come to an agreement on something. So people are optimistic about this. Another thing is people just came out just to see the spectacle. This is a historic event not only for Knoxville but also for Eastern Kentucky. This is the 2nd time that President Obama has been in Eastern Kentucky. The first time was 18 months ago when he was in Chattanooga at the Amazon plant. So this is a very exciting time for Eastern Kentucky as well as Nashville. Now, we are going to be staying out here. We're going to keep our eyes peeled. We'll keep you updated on Twitter, and we will be back for another hit at 5:30.
And let's not forget about Vice President Biden and his wife as well, Jill Biden. They were both up here for the big announcement of America's College Promise as well. And they took, what, a separate plane in here?
They did. They took Air Force 2. I got to watch it. It landed 20 minutes before Air Force 1 did. I've been looking. I think they are gone. I don't have confirmation on that. I can't see the plane.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're going to keep a close eye out here for Air Force 1. The president getting the motorcade coming from Clinton, Tennessee, should arrive any moment, we're expecting, and we'll cut in when it does. Reporting live from Knoxville, I'm Dan Kennedy from Michelle Herron. Back to you.
All right, thanks you too. We'll check back in a little bit later on. Today was
during that speech, and he really has more and explains what all that means and how they are taking a model, the model that we have here, Tennessee Promise, that started here.
You're right, taking a page straight out of Tennessee book and Governor Bill Haslam's book, the Tennessee Promise Scholarship Fund, which he started not too long ago, going to start in 2015 for students, essentially giving high school seniors 2 years of free community college, anyone who wants it. Well, now the president says he wants that same thing, and he wants it for everyone in the country. States will get to decide if they want to be a part of that. It's going to be a topic of debate for a good amount of time, and he will propose it to Congress coming up in a couple weeks. It's going to have a big price tag, about $60 billion over 10 years, we're being told. About 75% of this program will be funded from the federal government. That's at $60 billion. States are supposed to take care of the other 25%. Here's what President Obama said earlier.
States would have to do their part too. This isn't a blank check. It's not a free lunch. But for those willing to do the work, and for states and local communities that want to be a part of this, it can be a game changer.
The president went on to say that Tennessee is at the forefront of some good things happening, and he brought up the Tennessee Promise as well. Governor Haslam also spoke at the event today at Pellissippi State Community College. It was in front of a large crowd of students and faculty at that community college. Also speaking was Vice President Joe Biden and his wife Jill. Jill is a teacher as well, and so she has some experience in the community college circuit. So that was the big issue today. President Obama also touched on Paris, France. That's actually how he opened his remarks this morning, and said that he's been in touch with the country and sent out his heartfelt prayers as well. Air Force 1 left about 20 minutes ago, Michelle. Air Force 2 with Vice President Biden is at the end of this tarmac right now and should leave in a couple minutes.
It really is, and we'll see it. It'll take off. It's something very special. The size of these planes, yeah. It's really cool to see. Now, lots of people lined, even though it was a closed event today, lots of people lined the streets because they wanted to see the whole spectacle. They just wanted to see, you know, the motorcade drive by. And I talked to one person that said that it was really special to see the president wave outside the window. He really just, you could see the excitement when he was talking about it.
And you were talking about how this was his first trip to Knoxville, but he's been to East Tennessee several times.
He has been to East Tennessee several times. The last time was 18 months ago. He was in Chattanooga, where he spoke at the Amazon plant, and lots of people remember that. So this is his first time here, and like I said, it was also very special because the president and vice president were here together.
You're right, and he opened up his remarks today saying, welcome, I'm back in Tennessee, hope you're not too sick of me, volunteer state. But the president, just left about 20 minutes ago. VP leaving here shortly. Reporting live from Knoxville, Dan Kennedy, Michelle Herron. Back to you.
All right. Thanks to both of you for those live reports.